It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel Reese, what's up? This is your life coach. We about to talk about Loki's effect, but I like what you said, but let's understand one thing. Watch this. You don't got to accept being the villain because we have to address something. It's not what people call you. It's what you answer to. And like you said, I want them to realize that I'm the reason too. Guess what? They already know. You don't got to justify that. So you're not the villain because, see, when you accept the villain, you get people that come on here, even with the same skin color, that'll be like, yeah, you can't go and cry wolf, right? When his statement was ignorant. He's not an ignorant person, but his statement was ignorant. And ignorance is lack of knowledge. See, a lot of people sometimes don't understand the struggle and what people had to go through. See, they didn't even like Martin Luther King and what he was doing. He was one of the most hated persons in the United States. And this man literally talked about peaceful protests, non-violence. And some folks even upset with him because he ain't like Malcolm X. But it's all good. But again, you keep doing what you're doing. See, I just need 15 minutes with you. See, if I'm already working as your life coach for free, what do you think will happen when you hire me as your life coach? Because see, this is why I became a life coach, because there's nobody to be able to help these athletes, right? With their mental health, with the psychological effects of social media. See, back in the day, they didn't have social media like that. And you don't got to take in any of what they're calling you, right? Because that's what people did. I mean, you look at our people today, right? So we look at the fact that they talk about Africa. Africans came from, Africa, and they were pulled over here, right? And then they made them slaves, right? That's another name that they were given. They weren't allowed to practice their own customs. So what did they have to do? They had to understand whatever they were called, right? We were called blacks. The term blacks and whites was invented in America. We were called coloreds. We were called Negroes, right? We were called niggers, right? And we've adapted and we've taken that because it's been indoctrinated in us, and we call it nigga. Like, oh, well, that's my nigga, that's my homie and stuff like that, right? But then you look at today, right? Knowing that we have Africans, right, that were pulled from Africa to here, right? And then you have somebody that identifies as blacks, right? In America, and you see there's a disconnect between blacks and Africans, yet they the same people. So no, you ain't the villain. You just part of the process of what's trying to change, and I'm proud of you, and even you being a owner, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, and bringing awareness. You don't need to vindicate, because guess what? They gonna watch and see. Oh yeah, and reason why they didn't televise your game, it's all good. Oh, I got something for you, because see, I'm gonna help you make some more money, because see, we got to understand how to maneuver in this way. And that's why I have Loki's effect, because I'm going to make sure I become, watch this, I help you become the best version of yourself. How do you deal with that? Because I'm not accepting anything. I'm not accepting none of that. I'll do my role. I'll do what I got to do, right? And we understand that, because now more people are, like you said, starting to watch the WNBA, right? It's becoming popular and things like that. But I'm going to help you get all that stuff off your shoulders. One of the scriptures, my favorite scriptures, very powerful when it comes to the mind, is John 8:32. Watch this. It says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I remember I used to try to validate myself, like, oh, you got, nah. And I mean, even look at, I would frustrate myself. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I frustrate myself trying to say I want somebody to think this. Some people's mind is already made up. I remember, I was trying to go to the NFL, and I had sent letters out myself personally, and I had sent them to, the New York Giants, and I sent them to all the NFL teams, and a few teams responded back. And I talked to David Gettleman. He used to be the general manager of the New York Giants. And with that being said, he sent me a letter back. And, you know, I remember, you know, being back home, my old hometown in Farrell, Pennsylvania, that, you know, I was out there working one day. I was doing some drills on the court, you know, and one of the guys, an older gentleman, had came up and asked me what I was doing. I told him I was training for the NFL. And he was like, for what? And I was like, because I want to go to the NFL. And he was like, yeah, your chances are slim to none or whatever like that. And I was just like, but I got a letter from the New York Giants, right? And he was like, I don't believe you. And I was just like, what? Like, be here tomorrow, same time, like, I'll bring the letter. Literally brought the letter tomorrow. He still said the same thing. And what's crazy was, like, he was a man of faith, and he believed that, you know, God can get my uncle off of drugs, and which my uncle did. You know, God did get my uncle off of drugs. But with that being said, you know, he still didn't believe me. And I was just like, that's fine. And I just shut it down and said, you know what, that's cool. Like, right now, like, you disturbing me. Like, I got to finish my workouts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I want to become that's why I became a life coach, to help people with their mental health and stuff like that. I mean, and even a person like LeBron, right? LeBron has the most points in the NBA as a scorer, right? But LeBron was like, it upsets him, or he's frustrated, he's pissed off, right? That he's not mentioned as one of the greatest scorers. Who cares? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? But opinion is not necessarily based on fact or truth. Whatever it is, if they feel like it's something like this, okay, cool. That's your opinion. That don't mean it's right. Right? Like Kyrie Irving just said, you know, Luka's the best player he ever played with. Okay, that's his opinion. I mean, who cares? Like, LeBron got his 4 rings, right? He already got that, whatever. But you just keep doing what you're doing. Let people talk. And going back to LeBron, like, who cares if they don't mention your name? Does it matter? No, it don't matter. You already know. At the end of the day, they gonna see that you got this many points. I mean, we look at records, right? When they say so-and-so is number 7th on that, and then what do they have? They're gonna go from 1 all the way down. You there. Is this record ever gonna be eclipsed? Probably not for a long time. But still, though, who cares? Like, and even that's why, like I said, I want to get to his son, Bronny, because, you know, this boy is receiving hate for something he never even did. Like, he can't even just play basketball because why? He's being critiqued because of his father. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not fair, but guess what? Who cares? It don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, just go be great. Your haters is going to see you. See, guess what? See, because haters mean having anger towards everyone reaching success. And that's why I said, watch this. Angel Reese, you give me 15 minutes, I promise you I'll come out of there as your life coach. You'll hire me. And see, that's why God had brought you to Chicago. See, I was born in Chicago, but around like 4, I lived the majority of my life in Western Pennsylvania. But, you know, I had got married. And my anniversary will be coming up on October 15th. It'd be 2 years. God brought me back to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Because I told people I'm coming back to save my city. And people thought I was crazy. But it's okay, though, because guess what? It don't matter what you think. All that matters is what I know. And see, you're not going to get me to believe something else. I know who I am. I know whose I am, right? And that's why I'm here, because it's going to be a difference. And I promise you, you'll see that what God has for you when we sit down and we talk, because I'm going to keep making these videos because God told me to. Because one of these you're going to get. And I do have an office, 75 Executive Lane in North Aurora, you know, or if I got to come to you, like I said, we'll sit down wherever and we'll talk about these things because, you know, it's time for change, right? Look what's going to happen with the WNBA, and there's some ideas that God has given me. But going back to what I was talking about with Bronny, who cares what people are going to say? They're going to sell this stuff anyway. It doesn't matter. You know, somebody had put up a post and was like, oh, Michael Jordan's son had more points than him and such, this and that. Who cares? First of all, Michael Jordan was an NBA owner, so he could have hired his own son. Who gonna tell Michael Jordan no? Who really gonna sell Michael Jordan, right? Greatest selling shoe of all time, and in a lot of people's eyes, he is the GOAT, right? Who the heck gonna tell Michael Jordan no? If Michael Jordan wants to hire his own son, who cares? If Michael Jordan's son only get 2 points per game, who cares? It's his son. What you gonna tell that man, right? Let folk talk, and that's what we got to do. So you're not no villain. We're not going to accept that role because we have people that have an ignorant perspective that want to come at you like that, and that's not right. And like I said, I could sit down with any one of them. Oh yeah, and I'm waiting to sit down with Stephen A. because sometimes he be talking out the side of his neck, and I'm coming at him because he got to do better. But I understand that that's part of his. Listen, he's good at his craft and how he makes money. But, you know, that's a whole nother thing for another day. But let folk talk. They just be talking anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I got you, though. Like I said, I'm going to keep making these videos because I'm going to break it down, because we ain't got to let them, you going to make me the villain. Nah, because that's what they did to our people. I mean, if you just look at this last point, look at the people that was already here, right? Because my grandmother was Native American, right? On my mama's side. But watch this. So if you look at, I learned in school that Columbus was trading with pilgrims. That was the first thing that they were given. Then they were called Indians, right? Then when they fought back, they were called savages. Then they were called Native Americans. Today they're called indigenous people. Has anybody ever asked them, what do y'all want to be called? So they like to give people titles and stuff like that. And we know that some people only give you that title because of the color of your skin. But we gonna address it though. But that's all good. But keep your head up. Like I said, you have my contact information and everything like that. Oh, because it's about to change, Angel Reese. God got so much in store for you. So much in store for the WNBA. So much in store for our people. Yeah. It's time. Oh yeah. And as always, I tell y'all, love y'all. God bless.